Okay, so we're picking up from the settings that we left off in the last video. We went through all the rest of the settings, and today we're going to do a deep dive into shipping and delivery. What we're going to do is we're going to look at what carrier calculated rates are, why they're set up as a default, and we're going to eliminate those and put flat rate shipping and free over a certain amount shipping. I see this most frequently used, and to be honest, it's pretty effective with marketing. It's the lowest effort to maintain over time because you don't have to worry about constantly weighing all of your products as well too. I find the conversions for flat rate shipping versus carrier calculated rates is significantly higher, especially if you offer a free over a certain amount shipping. So that's what we're going to set up today. As soon as we click on shipping and delivery, we're going to be brought to this screen here. So you'll see there's a little summary on the left-hand side, but in the sort of right side of the screen, you'll see three major boxes. The shipping, so everything that you're delivering out from your store that's being shipped by Canada Post, USPS, FedEx, and so on. There's also local delivery. So if you're physically going and delivering goods yourself, usually within a certain radius of your warehouse, your home, or your storefront. And then there's local pickup. This is inspired by all of the curbside pickup that's been happening recently. So Shopify implemented local pickup as well too. The shipping box at the top is definitely the one that's most frequently used and more of the complex one to set up. So we're going to leave that until last. We're going to take a quick look at local delivery and local pickup, and then we're going to circle back in and set up the shipping for our shop too. So when you go into local delivery, you're going to see something like this. There's two ways to set up local delivery. You can either base it on the postal codes or zip codes, or you can base it on a delivery radius from your location as well. So I know we talked a bit about locations too, but make sure that any location that you use is going to be entered in this location area. Whether that's the warehouse, whether that's your storefront, whether that's your home, all of these locations that are being utilized by any part of the company need to be set in your locations because that's where we're going to grab the information from. So going back into local delivery. So in local delivery, there's two ways you can set it up, and then you'll see that there's one zone that's automatically created. There is another button down here to create a new delivery zone, so you can create as many as you want. A situation where you might need to create more than one is, say, for delivery zones, you have like a 2-kilometer radius around your location, and maybe you can bike to that zone, but then you have to make another zone that's like a 10-kilometer radius around your location. In that case, you probably need to drive within that zone for delivery. In those cases, you might want to set different prices, a minimum order price, and so on. So that's the local delivery in a nutshell. We're also going to take a quick peek at local pickup. So this is like curbside pickup that we've seen become so popular. You can go ahead and click manage beside local pickup. Here, there's a few pieces of criteria that are going to be communicated in the cart. So you want to check off that your company offers local pickup, how long it's going to be ready within, and the location that they're picking it up from. It does also give you a link back to the location settings. So if they're picking it up from a location that's not listed, you have to include that in your site. So say you usually sell from a warehouse, but in this scenario, you're using a different or partnered storefront for local pickup. You want to include that in your locations as well too. So you can add locations in there, estimated pickup time, and then any confirmation that's going to be sent to them as well. A confirmation email is a good idea, as well as the protocols for when they arrive. So you must wear your mask, you must keep six feet distance, and so on. So any requirements for pickup notification. So now we're going to go ahead and set the shipping. That's the most common one, which is anytime you're shipping anything out from your storefront, warehouse, or home, you want to set your shipping rates to. Like I said before, we're going to set up a free shipping over a certain amount and flat rate. And to edit these shipping, you want to click on Manage Rates in the top right corner. And then you'll be brought to a page that looks like this. It's going to list all of your products and then also has a snippet down here if you want to have different shipping settings for different products. So say there's different products that are actually housed at different locations, which is sometimes the situation. You can make adjustments there too. We're not going to get that granular. We're going to stick to basic shipping rates right now, but just know that if you need to go into detail with shipping on each product, you can go down to that level as well too. So if you scroll down a little bit, you'll get these sort of zones. You're preset with typically 3 zones. My first domestic zone is Canada because I'm in Canada. I also have a cross-border zone, which is the US and the rest of the world. Some of these will be different depending on where in the world you are. For example, domestic would be US if you're in the US, cross-border would be Canada, and international for the rest of the world. If you're in Europe, you might have some more options and so on as well too. So it's also going to preload what's called carrier calculated rates. These are the rates that are based on the dimensions and weight of each individual product. So you have to have the correct dimensions and weight of the product. And then it's calculated on the distance. And these calculations are taken straight from your local post office. So Canada Post if you're Canada, USPS if you're in the States, and so on. There is a drop down here too, so you'll see all of the different options. This might look slightly different depending on when you opened your Shopify store. You might not see these 13 services or 4 services and so on as a drop down. They might be individual line items. That's fine too. It's the same thing. This is what comes preloaded. But in our circumstance, we actually don't want to use carrier calculated rates. I find that there's always a better conversion when we give an incentive of free shipping over a certain amount and give a flat rate shipping so that people know when they're checking out that they're going to pay a flat rate and not be surprised when they get to the checkout for like a $40 worth of shipping. That's where the most abandonment comes from. So we want to optimize for conversions. The best way I've seen that is to offer an incentive, free shipping so over a certain amount, and a flat rate that's acknowledged sort of everywhere on this site as well too. So what we're going to do to get that is we're going to eliminate all of these carrier calculated rates. We're going to take it down to sort of a blank canvas for all of these 3 zones, and then we're going to add the new services. So to eliminate a shipping option, just click the 3 dots on the right hand side and delete here. You'll see this yellow box show up. This is what we want because we're going to add brand new rates, should say no rates. We're going to add brand new rates for each category. So go ahead and delete. Great. So we see that all of these are empty. We're going to go ahead and start adding 2 new rates for each zone that we have. We'll start with Canada because for me, that's domestic. So what we want to do, set up our own rates and then shipping speed. We can choose any one of these because we're setting our own price anyways, but let's go down and say Canada flat rate. Let's call it this. You can call it anything you want. We're going to say it's $10. And we also want to add some conditions too. So if you're a shop that is just, say it's $10 flat rate anywhere in Canada and you're not offering any free shipping over a certain amount, you can go ahead and click done and then that will implement it by default. We want to add some conditions here because we want to base this shipping rate on the order price. So we're going to base it on the order price, no minimum, but we are going to put a maximum of $1.99. What this does is it calculates how much they have in the cart, and if they have anywhere from 0 and $1.99, it's going to charge them $10 flat shipping. Because what we want to do is over 200, we want to add a second option, over 200 and offer free shipping. So we go ahead and click done. So this looks right. Canada flat rate, 0 to $1.99, $10. And then we go ahead and add another rate, custom flat rate again. And we're going to call this free shipping. Keep it at 0, so that's free. And we're going to add another conditions. These conditions are pretty much the opposite. So the minimum to get free shipping is $200, but no maximum, which was the opposite as before. So how this reads is it's a flat rate shipping, free shipping based on the order price. So based on the amount that's in the cart, $200, they qualify to get free shipping. Great. Canada flat rate, $10, 0 to $1.99, 200 and up free shipping. Perfect. So it's automatically going to calculate, given the address that they input and the amount that's in their cart, how much they're paying for shipping. I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of these 2 and we'll circle right back. Okay, great. So you'll see now we've set up the zones and how this reads as domestic, Canada, 0 to $1.99, $10. Perfect. You don't need different zones if everyone's paying the same price. So say you have flat rate shipping of $20 everywhere in the world, you would only need one zone to take care of everyone. But the reason I've divided it or kept it divided into 3 zones is because we're charging different fees. So it's $10 flat rate in Canada, $20 flat rate to the US, and $30 international. So that's why we've divided up into 3 different zones. So you want to make sure that you know the criteria that you're dividing it up in, and you may not need more than one zone depending on your shipping needs as well. So you can also edit the zones as well too. So just straight across from the zone, you'll see these 3 different dots. You can also edit the countries that are in that zone as well. The international right now includes the rest of the world, but you can be more granular as to what countries that includes. And you can add another zone just including different countries as well. Depending on what products you sell, it may not ship to or pass through customs in another country. So you can also do exemptions here if you like also. I hope that helps. That's it for shipping. So make sure you hit save after you've done all that hard work. There's one more thing that we're going to go into. So I want you to go back into shipping and delivery, and I'm going to show you one more screen. So as soon as you go into shipping and delivery, again, you'll see these. And then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see something that looks like this. So we've done that. We've set up our shipping and all of our flat rates, but I do want to show you 2 other elements in here as well. We do have our packages. So we have a sample box, it's like a small default box that it's going to use as default. This is not that important if you have flat rate shipping. However, it's incredibly important when you have carrier calculated rates because this is used in the calculation of the rate. So if you have 2 to 3 different box sizes that you typically ship with, you want to add the packages in here so that you have the ability on fulfillment to check the boxes that you are using so the carrier calculated rates are accurate. As I mentioned before, going with flat rate shipping is simpler on your end of things and tends to convert better, which is why I suggest going with flat rate shipping, because you don't need to have all of this information and all of your products don't need to be super accurately weighed as well. So keep in mind, if you choose not to go with flat rate shipping, it's important to have all of your correct package dimensions here and then have all of your individual products weighed correctly as well too, to get accurate rates for those. So shipping labels as well. Let's talk a little bit about printers. The good news is you can use any regular printer for Shopify labels. We would do it in letter format and then just tape them to the package, which is totally fine as well. There's another label, I believe it's called Dymo. I'll put the link for the suggested label maker in there as well too, but that's for your thermal labels that you just like the peel and stick ones that you throw in a box. The printer itself's a bit of an investment, but definitely over long term, you will package orders a lot faster with the peel and stick labels as well too. So you can test the labels here and you can check your rates, but just keep in mind, this will all sort of be taken care of, except for the label printing. This will all be taken care of if you go with flat rates. So I highly suggest going with flat rates, but keep in mind that you have the ability to do both. There's also, we're not going to get into the ones below, but you can edit your packing slips and integrate current carrier accounts into your Shopify account too. If you have FedEx, if you have UPS, and so on also. I believe by default, Canada and USPS are already implemented. However, you may need to pay extra or have commercial accounts for third-party ones. Sometimes it's business dependent and region dependent as well too. So I hope that helps setting up your shipping. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to go through this URL at the top and we are going to finally hook it up to our final domain so that we can start selling products. Theoretically. Of course, I don't have my bank account hooked up to it, so we won't be selling real products, but I'll show you how to do that so when the time comes, you are ready to launch. I'll see you tomorrow.